Greetings from Edu Aspirants, our YouTube channel to ace academics, competitions, entrance exams, as also for enrichment of knowledge. In the series of videos on India, in chapter 14, we will now see what we have for you in finance, second of 4 videos. The Reserve Bank of India manages public debt of the central and the state governments and also acts as a banker to them under the provisions of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 given in sections 20 and 21. Social sector programs. The 7 flagship programs continue to receive high priority, and these are Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, Midday Meal Scheme, National Health Mission, Integrated Child Development Services, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, MGNREGS, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, and 100 Smart Cities. Direct Benefit Transfer was launched by Government of India in 2013 to enable direct cash transfer of benefits under various government schemes and programs to individuals. DBT has shown promising results in schemes like PEHL, that is the Modified Direct Bank Transfer for LPG, for its LPG subsidy, Cash Subsidy for Public Distribution System, PDS, in Puducherry, Chandigarh, Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme across the country. India's foreign exchange reserves comprise foreign currency assets FCAs, gold, SDRs, the special drawing rights, and reserve tranche position RTP in the IMF. Social infrastructure, employment and human development, investment in human capital like education and health are the key ingredients for economic development. Expenditure on social infrastructure. The public investment in social infrastructure like education and health is critical in the development of an economy. Progress in education. Despite considerable progress in education, inequalities in access to education still persist and need to be addressed. Skill development. Skilled labor force is essential to meet the diversified demands of a growing economy and to tap the benefits of demographic dividend. To meet the skill requirements of the economy, the government imparts short-term skill training through Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana PMKVY and long-term training largely through Industrial Training Institutes, the ITIs. The National Skill Qualification Framework NSQF is a competency-based framework which focuses on learning outcomes, which are more important for employability. Infrastructure financing has been initiated by the government for long-term investment in infrastructure in the country, that is in bank financing. RBI has been modifying guidelines for advances to infrastructure, and B institutional finance. The India Infrastructure Finance Company Limited IIFCL provides long-term debt for financing infrastructure projects. IIFCL funds viable infrastructure projects through long-term debt refinance to banks and financial institutions for loans granted by them with a tenure exceeding 10 years or any other mode approved by the government. Infrastructure debt funds (IDFs) have been set up to accelerate and enhance the flow of long-term debt into infrastructure projects to help in the migration of project loans for operating assets from banks to the fixed income markets. Real estate investment trusts (REITs), also infrastructure investment trust, are trust-based structures that maximize returns through efficient tax pass-through and improved governance structures. BRICS nations, this is the headquarter, form the 5 key pillars of South-South cooperation and are representative voice of emerging markets and developing countries in the global forums such as the G20. Do you know the countries? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa at the moment. The new development bank with headquarters at Shanghai, China, was established by the BRICS nations in 2015. India is developing projects with the bank's support. For example, smart cities, renewable energy, urban transport, clean coal technology. In all this, the support of the new development bank has been taken by India. Also, in solid waste management and urban water supply. The BRICS Contingent Reserve Arrangement (CRA) is a framework of swap lines with a corpus of US $100 billion has been created for short-term liquidity support of member countries. South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, known as SAARC, founded in Dhaka in 1985, is a regional organization that aims to promote economic, social, cultural, technical, and scientific cooperation in South Asia. Its member states are Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Maldives, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Its secretariat is based in, these are the countries of SAARC, Kathmandu, Nepal. The framework for currency swap arrangement for the SAARC countries was formulated with the intention to provide a line of funding for short-term foreign exchange requirements or to meet balance of payments crisis till the issue is resolved. Our division of Department of Economic Affairs deals with the bilateral development assistance from G8 countries, which are USA, UK, Japan, Germany, Italy, Canada, and the Russian Federation, as well as the European Union. The division also deals with the work relating to extension of lines of credit to developing countries. It is also the focal point for administering short-term foreign training courses of the duration up to 4 weeks offered by various international agencies and countries. The 188 nation International Monetary Fund (IMF) was established to promote a cooperative and stable global monetary framework. Although its purposes have remained unchanged, but its operations, which involve surveillance, financial assistance, and technical assistance, have developed to meet the needs of its members in an evolving world economy. The finance minister is the ex officio governor on the board of governors of the IMF. There are 3 other countries in India's constituency at the IMF, which are Bangladesh, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka. Governor of the Reserve Bank of India is India's alternate governor at the IMF. South Asia Regional Training and Technical Assistance Center (SAARTAC) has been set up in India by the International Monetary Fund, which serves SAARC's 6 member countries: Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. India has been borrowing from the World Bank through International Bank for Reconstruction and Development (IBRD) and International Development Association IDA for various development projects in the areas of poverty reduction, infrastructure, rural development, and the likes. International Finance Corporation IFC, a member of the World Bank Group, focuses exclusively on investing in the private sector in developing countries. IFC has 184 members and India, a founding member, represents IFC's largest portfolio exposure globally. Keeping in alignment with the Country Partnership Strategy (CPS) of the World Bank Group in India, IFC focuses on low-income states in India. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank (AIIB) is a multilateral development bank (MDB) for sustainable economic development, create productive assets, and improve infrastructure in Asia through financing of infrastructure projects. India is one of the founding members and the second largest shareholder. India, along with 20 other countries, signed the intergovernmental MOU to establish AIIB in Beijing. International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, that is the logo, is the 13th specialized agency of the United Nations and dedicated to eradicating poverty and hunger in rural areas of developing countries. 176 countries, including India, are members of the IFAD, and these are grouped into List A, containing developing countries, List B, oil-producing countries, and List C, developing countries. The Asian Development Bank, ADB, with its headquarters at Manila, Philippines, was established in 1966, and including India, it has 67 members, which are 48 regional and 19 non-regional members. The bank is engaged in promoting economic and social progress of its developing member countries, DMCs, in the Asia-Pacific region. The only PSU, public sector undertaking, under the Department of Economic Affairs is Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited, SPMCIL. It was formed after corporatization of its 9 units in 1956, which were 4 mints, 4 presses, 2 currency note presses, and 2 security presses, as also 1 paper mill. It is engaged in manufacture of security paper, minting of coins, printing of currency and banknotes, non-judicial stamp papers, postage stamps, travel documents, etc., and also commemorative coins, MICR and non-MICR checks, etc. SPMCIL has also set up a 50-50 joint venture in 2010 with Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, BNMPL, the Banknote Paper Mill India Private Limited, BNPMIPL, which is a greenfield project of banknote paper mill. National Investment and Infrastructure Fund, NIIF, was created with the aim to attract equity investments from both domestic and international sources for infrastructure development in commercially viable projects, both greenfield and brownfield, including stalled projects. This brings us to the end of the second of 4 videos on finance. Keep revising and please subscribe. Best wishes for forthcoming exams.